The next example given in your notes asks you to use the one-to-one property to solve the log equation. Before we do that, we have to determine what is the domain of the equation in order to make sure that we don't introduce any extraneous solutions or we don't exclude any solutions that are correct. So just to make this quick, what we can do is graph these functions. So in the calculator, I have the natural log of x plus 2 is going to be my blue equation. The red one is the natural log of 4x plus 3. And the black one is the natural log of 1 over x. So when I look at the graph, what I see is the natural log of x plus 2 has a domain from negative 2 to infinity. The natural log of 4x plus 3 has a domain of negative 3/4 to infinity, and my natural log of 1 over x has a domain from 0 to infinity. So using the most restrictive domain, I know that my domain is going to be from 0 to infinity, so that any x value will work in all three of those logarithm expressions. So now I can use whatever property of logarithms that won't change that domain and solve for x. So I'm going to use my quotient property and put together the two logarithms that are on the left side of the equation. So I get the natural log of x plus 2 divided by 4x plus 3, and that's going to equal the natural log of 1 over x. Now here is where I can apply my one-to-one property. Since they are taking the same log at the same base, their arguments have to be equal. In other words, x plus 2 over 4x plus 3 has to equal 1 over x. So cross multiplying to eliminate the fractions gives me x times x plus 2 equals 4x plus 3. Now expanding and putting everything on the same side of the equation, since I'm going to have a quadratic, gives me the following quadratic to solve. X squared minus 2x minus 3 equals 0. And the nice thing is that that factors, and it factors into x minus 3 times x plus 1, and that equals 0. So my two solutions from this will be 3 and negative 1. Then looking at my domain, I can see that x equals negative 1 has to be eliminated, and the only solution is x equals